Hello, welcome back to Roy's the Boy. Now, in front of you, as you can see on top of this boxes, I have got a Evolution 185CCSX circular saw combined track saw. Now, I've got a few jobs coming up in the future, and I needed a new saw, as my old one it's worn out and it's old, and it was second hand when I got it, and I needed something a lot better. I've been watching a few videos myself on this circular saw, and for me it's going to be the great thing what I need. I'm going to be boarding out all this little workshop here, so this is going to be perfect. And also I've got some projects coming up for which I'm going to make some beehives out of. So I'm going to use some plyboard, and I need something that can do nice and straight. Now, as this comes with 1020 meters 1020 millimeters, get it right, of track, but I think I will need some bigger ones, which I will obtain. So let's go and have a look at it, unbox it, and we'll see what we've got on it. Right, so here on the box, what I'm going to tell you first, one thing I didn't say at the beginning was that the actual blade that comes with is a multi-material cutting blade. So it will cut through wood. It's got nails or screws inside. It cuts through plastic, mild steel, aluminium, copper, and some light metal as well. I don't know if it can cut through stainless steel. I haven't seen any videos on that. It has a 64mm depth cut, and at the 45-degree angle it cuts 47mm deep, and it weighs at 5.1 kilos. It's a bit heavier than some of the saws out there, but I still think it's going to be a great saw. So let's unbox it and see what we've got. Alright, so we open this up here now. So at the first, on top here, is that you get these tracks. Now these come in, say, there is 3 pieces of these tracks. I think they might be a bit small for what I want, because I'm going to be cutting 8-foot planks of ply, but you can buy other sets of tracks separate with these, which I have obtained. So what happens is you join these up, and you've got these little bars in there which have got these little grub screws and these slots, and what happens is you undo those and you slot them in. As you can see, there's another one there. Let's get the one that hasn't got the track, that's it, and they slide in halfway across, and it makes it up to one piece of track. So we'll do that afterwards. Also in the box you get this booklet, tells you everything you got to do, but I never look at those unless I really do get stuck. Inside here, this looks like it's going to be for where the sawdust comes out, and obviously you can connect a hoover to it. Get it right there, Roy, get it right. And also it also has a sidebar as well, so if you don't use a track and you don't want to just use the eye, you can use this, and it cuts to the side of the wood. So we'll take this out and we'll get this little beauty out of here. We'll move the box, and there she is. So we'll get her on the deck, and we'll give you a closer look. Right, so the first thing I'm going to say, which is really good with this saw, I have just measured the amount of cord which you get on this, and it's just over 3 meters. It's actually 10 foot and 2 inches, so that's a really nice, good long cord. Now the base plate, it is aluminium, so it's really nice and solid. It's not like some of these little mould steel decks that you get, and they are easy to bend, just like my other one. I dropped my other saw, and this bit here, it all bent, and so did this, and it never cut straight. Doesn't matter how much I try to get saw it out, it never ever cut straight after that again. Now the motor on this is a 1600 watt motor, 220 to 240 volts for the UK. It probably will be different in different countries. The blade size is 185 millimeters, so it's 7.5 inches or something like that. I think it is. I can't remember, but I think it's really nice. It's for 5.1 kilos. it doesn't. I can hold this quite easy, but when you're going on a track saw, you need a bit of weight, as it happens, to hold it down, so you haven't got to push it down too much, like on some of them you do. Now, for when you're doing angle cuts, these have plastic switches or knobs or whatever you want to call them, but they are really good. There's one there, there's one on this side as well, and that is just to do the 45-degree angles or whatever angle you want, and that I think is really nice. Even for on the depth as well, you've got a little guide on there as well, and the same with the knobs. You just lift that up and it is quite loose, nice to there. I mean, you could even actually really use it as a plunge saw. Nice, and that hasn't got the spring for a plunge saw, but if you wanted to nice and slowly down, you could do, and that just locks in, which is good as well. Even when you want to use the sidebar, that actually just slides into there like that, and that there's hardly any movement on that whatsoever, so that should be do nice easy side cuts as well. Also, else you get this, which is very good, I think, really, is the Allen key, which is it stays in there, which is really good, so you don't lose it. And what that's for is for when you want to change the blade or put the blade in, of course, and you can use different blades with this if you don't want to use the multi-blade. Right, so this is the blade here. The thickness of the blade is 1.7 millimeters thick, so just under 2, which ain't too bad. Quite thin considering some blades that you do get on circular saws or even chop saws, but I still think this is going to be very good. So let's get this on, and we'll go and test it to some wood. Right, for when you're putting these blades in, it's just got an Allen key and a holding washer in there, and what you do is this: you hold your Allen key inside there, and if I turn this down to the side, you've got this little pushing knob here. So you turn the blade with the Allen key, holding your finger in, and you can see where that locks in. So then you'll just put the Allen key on the sideways, and it will give that. That should be enough to lock that in. One thing I did forget to do is on the sawdust, where it comes out, you can do it, you can leave it off so it just chucks it out the side and going away from you, or you can put this onto here, and then you add the hose. It's a little extended one, so then you put your hose onto there from the hoover. That's if you want to use it. But what I've noticed on this one, I don't know yet if it's just this one, but there's 2 screws which are meant to be in here, and there's nothing in the packet. I'm going to have to send an email on this one. It might just be this one that hasn't had the screws put into it, so I can't use that at the moment unless I've got some screws inside if I want to use them. But I want it to go away from me anyway, so I'm going to leave it for now. Okay, so I've set the track up outside. These are the actual clamps that you can buy separately, which doesn't come. I would have thought it would have come with these, but it doesn't. But it does come with this extended tracks as well. So if you want to get them, these are about 4 foot in length, so you can add 2 of those to do an 8-foot ply. Very, very easy. So let's go and put these outside, and we'll do a test cut on a piece of ply. So all these do is this bar here goes into the little track into there, and it hides underneath. Or supposed to. What I do is undo the other one a bit more. I've set this up onto a line just there, pushed it into more, then it hides, and you just tighten that one up there, tighten that up around there, and it pulls that to the wood, and it stays nice and flat. So there you are. This is very, very cheap ply, and as you can see, there's no splintering, and for a multi-tool blade, that is cutting very, very nicely on wood. Right, okay, so I've got some nails and some screws in this piece of wood here, so I'm going to cut straight across there, and we'll see how good this blade cuts these. Well, there you are, cut straight through those, and I'm touching these pieces of metal and they're not even hot at all, even on that side. Yep, they cut through really, really nice. Well, I found a little bit of perspex pipe, and we'll see how she cuts through that. As you saw, that cut through there very nice and straight as well. It went through like a piece of butter. Right, I've got this big sheet of perspex, which is probably about 1/4 inch thick, maybe a little bit more than that. So I'll set this up, get a straight line done down here, and we'll see how we do it. Right, I've set the sheet up with the extended piece of track I've got. So let's see how this cuts with this. Right, I do need the hoover on that one. Well, I have to say, there was a tiny little bit of splintering and some notches, so it does cut through it, but that blade, it is making some notches, but the cut ain't too bad. As for a rough cut on it, it's okay, but finished cut, maybe not. But there you are, it does cut perspex as well. Right, so now we'll try a cut. We're using the fence guide, and you just slide it into there. I'm not going to do too much of a big cut. Yep, that's cut in nice and straight as well, except for that last little bit there. But that can easily be shaved down as well. Well, there you have it on this Evolution R185CCSX circular saw combined track saw. As you saw in all the videos and all the cuts, it does cut very good through metal and everything. I didn't have any sheets of mould still. As for the perspex, it probably shattered those little bits at the end, maybe because I had the blade too far down. So if I had it raised up, that may have give it a better cut. I might have another try later on, and if it does, then I'll write it down in the comments that it did do okay. Value for money, I think it's very good value for money at £95, and it comes with the trackers, some of the track as well. But like I said, I bought these extended ones extra, which did a lot of better cut on that perspex, as you see, because it's got 4 foot of track. Yeah, very good for its money, I think. Brilliant for the DIY person. I can't say for the professional version, not version, but for professional carpenters, joiners and things like that, as I'm not one. So yeah, I think it's really good, and I would recommend this to anyone who wants a new saw for the DIY, as it comes with a very good multi-blade as well. So there you have it on this video for this circular saw. If you did like it, sorry, if you did like the video, I should say, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and hit that grey notification bell and hit it to all, and then you'll be told when I'm going to do another video. Maybe I'll do another one of these sort of reviews. Hey, anyway, until next time, cheerio.